Hey, getting dressed and something just came through that I've been chewing on, thinking on, partly and due to stuff going on in my own life. But something that I've witnessed or observed and had issues with is that if you're interacting with somebody who hasn't done their shadow work, and I know you hear like all kinds of stuff about shadow work. Basically, what shadow work is just learning to identify, accept, and integrate and learn to love all the things about you that kept you from getting love when you were a kid. So like all the things that you got like made fun of for, or discouraged for, or you got in trouble for with your parents because they had their own issues about whatever it was you're doing. All those traits, all those things about you that you pushed down and shoved down and became ashamed of, internalized, and made it as being something wrong with you. And that these things were the things that kept your mom or your dad from loving you, or your friends from accepting you, or whatever. Once you find what those things are, bring them to the light, bring them to the surface, and then learn to love them. Like, think about the times that this came up and you got rejected or something. Literally, like, think about going back and seeing yourself as a kid and like offering them support for getting rejected, for getting hurt, from getting turned away or neglected. Like, tell them it wasn't your fault. Like, your mom and dad were dealing with their own shit. You know what I mean? Like, they were doing the best they can and they weren't comfortable with whatever it was that you were doing. Like, in my case, mine is speaking up for myself. Like, if she said something that was fucking stupid or didn't make any sense or contradicted something that she had told me before or that I had learned on my own, I would say it. I'd be like, well, how is this like this if that was like that? And that's when we got the because I said so, or shut the fuck up, or something's wrong with you, or being a know-it-all because I have a ridiculously high IQ and extremely high analytical skills, even as a child. That was really, that got me hated on a lot and like scorned and shit like that, because, if you're around someone who knows, it makes you feel dumb. You know what I mean? Like, you're worried that they think you're stupid. You're worried that they think they're better than you. Like, all kinds of stuff that actually ain't even happening. Like, if anything, when people are talking, I'm really considering like how they say things and from their point of view. I'm trying to understand. I'm never taking anything personal, and I am always trying to be cognizant of how I appear to them and trying to make sure that I don't make them feel these ways, because like I said, I don't want to make anybody feel bad. I've been rejected and scorned and fucking beat up and all kinds of shit my whole life just for being me. So those were things I pushed down. It's like openly showing, like allowing my intellect to be seen. Like, that was a huge form of insecurity for me. Like, you know how they say, oh, you got social anxiety? And a lot of the really, really smart people that I've met say they have social anxiety. Well, of course you have social anxiety if you can't even talk like you normally speak without people getting offended by you opening your mouth. You know what I mean? So it's hard when you're like, fuck, what can I say? What's going to make this person mad? How do I not make them feel dumb when that's not my intent? So you're forced to either like just shut the fuck up and not say anything at all, be hella anxious, have to stop and observe how this person talks and stuff to kind of gauge and see how you need to approach the situation so that you don't piss them off. Like, you're always on guard. But there's that. Enjoying my femininity, that pissed my mom off. Wanting, liking girly things. Being directly saying what I needed. Even just having needs. Like, caring about myself or things I wanted when I should be thinking about other people all the time. Like, prioritizing myself. Not wanting to be willing to like sacrifice everything I had for like my siblings, or have my time to watch them and stuff all the time, that I should just be, thankful for this and thankful for that. Like, I wasn't allowed to want more. There was a lot of that. Being aggressive, not saying cuss words or calling anybody, like, not being mean or anything. And just because I do have such a high intellect, it puts me at I guess an advantage over people, just because a lot of times I already know what they're gonna say. I already know what they're dealing with. I'm real good at picking up on all that. But I really try to approach, like, if I'm talking to them, approach the situation, like, allow them to figure it out and stuff. But so when I developed, whenever they were like mean to me, or like directly harsh, or they're doing stuff to me because of my intellect, because I felt like I was at an advantage, that I wasn't allowed to get upset for the shit they did to me. Like, even though I knew they were misinterpreting me, even though I knew that they were like even though I knew they were coming from like a state of fear and anxiety and a feeling of being threatened or whatever, even though I understood all those things, so I knew that's why they were coming at me in that way, that they had misunderstood something I said, something I did. They were feeling some type of way, they were feeling insecure. I would internalize it and be like, oh, I should have said it this way, or oh, I should have. That doesn't negate basic fucking human decency. Like, I don't give a fuck if your primal urge is to go into fight or flight around me because I'm smart. Like, oh fucking well, that doesn't mean that you gotta be abusive, that you gotta like spend your time trying to find a way to make me feel dumb because you feel insecure about your fucking intellect. That is not, it's not okay. So for a long time, I mean, like, my whole fucking life, I let people get away with stuff. I didn't stand up for myself. I couldn't be mean or aggressive because I'm like, I get it. They feel bad. I get it. They feel bad. I get it. I understand this because this is something I feel all the time, because I can't be my fucking self around people, because I have to hide myself all the time, because people are not okay with me being so smart, yet also so pretty and so sexy and so loving and so kind and so generous and so giving. They cannot handle that. Like, so they just want to attack me. Like, they want to hurt me. That's some fucking bullshit. That's some straight fucking bull. That's some bit, like, you have a higher brain. You are not an animal anymore. You can feel that. You can acknowledge that, oh yeah, this person makes me feel threatened or whatever. Or maybe she thinks she's better than me. Who the fuck cares if I did? There's a good chance that I don't. There's a good chance that I wish that I could just walk around the earth and just fucking exist and not be on guard all the goddamn time around people and feel like I gotta fucking hide myself because I don't want to piss anybody off or make somebody want to fucking attack me because I like myself and I want to just be my fucking self. And I'm not afraid to, like, I've been refusing to hide myself, refusing to, like, not enjoy being pretty or not enjoy being sexy, not enjoy my body, not enjoy my fucking intellect. Those are gifts that I got and I'm doing shit with it. I'm sorry if you didn't. I'm fucking sorry if you didn't. That does not make it okay for you to fucking come at me. Anyway, so those are my shadows. Those are my shadows. And with women, there's a lot of shadows around, like, being aggressive, being direct, being like, no. They make you feel like you got to give an explanation for not wanting to do something. If someone's like, oh, I want to do this, and you're thinking like, oh, well, I mean, I guess I don't have anything going on, but you really just don't want to do it. Just because you don't got nothing else going on, just because you don't have a reason not to do this, you can still say no. You can still just be like, no, that's not for me. But they don't want to make you feel like that growing up. So, like, you're not allowed to, like, choose what you want. Like, they're like, oh, well, I mean, you're not doing it. I mean, but I did it because of this and this. Or if I do something, there's a whole lot of like, oh, well, I can't do it because of this and this. I don't give a fuck why you can't do it. Okay, then don't. Me doing this does not mean that I think that you need to do it too. We are all different people. We all have different interests. We all have different ways of seeing the world. Like, just because I do something one way doesn't mean that I think you need to do it too, or I think any less of you because you don't do it. That makes no fucking sense to me. So, when you bring these things up, and like vulnerability, that was a huge shadow. Not being comfortable with my vulnerability, not being comfortable to be weak in front of people, because my entire fucking life, for one reason or another, things that stirred jealousy in other people, if I ever had a moment of weakness, being sick, being insecure, being, I experienced the same goddamn emotions as everybody else. It wouldn't fail that somebody around me would use that as an advantage, to use that as a fucking opportunity to hurt me. Like, I'm hurt, I am down, I am weakened, I am hurt, I'm like suffering, I'm crying, I'm in pain or whatever, and they saw it as like, ooh, it's my chance, let's make sure this bitch don't get up. That's what they wanted, that's what they saw. So it's hard to integrate your shadows. Of course I'm not gonna want to be vulnerable or look weak in front of people if I know that that's what people are gonna do. I don't have a safe place to be weak anywhere out and around people, because if I get weak, people have always, it's never fucking failed, they've always gone in for the kill. They see my weakness, they celebrate my weakness. People that I've cared for, that I have spent so much time and effort trying to like do things for, like I always try to use my gifts to benefit the people around me, to benefit my community, to benefit other women, to benefit just people in general, because I'm like, man, I've been fucking gifted, I've been blessed, I should do something for other people. But they don't see it like that, like I'm fucking showing off or something, or doing it for my goddamn health, or because I don't know what the fuck they're thinking, because I don't think at their level, frankly. Makes no goddamn sense to me. So you have to understand that if you haven't learned to like look at your shadows and see your shadows and integrate and go in and really like love yourself for your insecurities and give yourself permission to inhabit these things and understand that these things are not faults within you, that these are the very things that make you powerful. These are the very things that give you security. So many people are running around so fucking insecure that they can't even be present in the moment. They can't even just enjoy other people. When they're having a conversation and you're talking, they're not listening to what you're saying. They're not even getting any real benefit out of the fucking conversation, because they're just listening to reply to sound smart, to be more right. People have a desperate fucking need to be right because they're so unsure about themselves. They're so unsure about everything. I mean, and they have reason to be. Most of everything that we're taught growing up isn't what they told us it was going to be. So it makes sense that everyone's like unsure or whatever. But just because I get it doesn't make it okay. Doesn't make it okay. It doesn't mean that you should not get your fucking shit together and do some goddamn work on yourself to become secure inside, so that you aren't a piece of shit to everybody else. And so you can actually live your life. Be present in your life. Like, think of all like the great people you can hang out with or learn about or have conversations with, or even just like being in the inner, like being in the presence of someone who has really good energy is so uplifting. It's how human connection is supposed to be. Like, that's how the level we're supposed to be on. We're supposed to be like we can be so fucking magnetic, and we can be so like full of like awe and love, and like fuck, it can get magical. You know what I mean? If you can let all that shit go, like all the lower vibration shit go, and learn to love yourself for all your fucked up shit. Like, go really look in and go look at what you are ashamed of. Everything that anyone has ever made you feel bad about, find that shit and love the fuck out of that. Love the fuck out of it. I mean, like, I love you. I love how fucking nasty you are, bitch. I love that you're a goddamn mess. My room's a fucking mess. Does that make me any less of a person? Fuck no, I don't. I know my process. I know where everything is. It works for me. It may not work for nobody else. Eventually I'll get that shit cleaned up, and that'll be very satisfying. But in the meantime, this is how I process. I gather a bunch of shit, and I'm collecting things. I know that things are going to go together some way and somehow, but I don't know how. And then eventually, all of a sudden, just like out of nowhere, it's like, bam, this goes here, and everything's all cleaned up again. That's how I work. That's how I process, and it works for me. Doesn't mean that anybody else's process isn't right. Doesn't mean it's better than anybody else. But I've learned to love it. I've learned to accept these parts of me. I still have okay. I still have a whole bunch of other shit that I gotta work on or whatever. I'm not saying I'm fucking perfect or anything. I already hear that, but not by any means. I have my whole ass life to grow. My whole ass life is meant for growing. But not in the way, I'm getting distracted, not in the way that self-development can kind of get. Like, if you get into like all that self-growth and self-development content and shit, they really put you in a state of mind where you're constantly looking for what's wrong with you. You're like constantly looking for all the things that you need to fix inside because you're so fucked up, and that's why things aren't going right in your life. When in reality, you aren't spending enough time looking at what's fucking bomb about you. You aren't giving enough love to yourself. You're going around doing shit that other people want you to do. You're working a job you don't fucking like. You're working a job you're not appreciated at. You're in a place where your fucking boss treats you like shit. That's what's wrong with you. You're putting up with shit from the bitches in your work. That's what's wrong with you. It's not you. It's not you, bitch. You're cool. If you're getting like hated on by everybody and shit like that, chances are that you're bomb as fuck. And that's why. People don't hate on people that aren't cool. Like, why would you just go up to somebody that's like fucking depressed and I don't know, already like miserable and shit? You're not gonna go up to somebody and be like, oh man, you're fucking awful. You know what I mean? Like, it's obvious, they already know. Like, they're already feeling like that type of way about themselves. But if you feel good about yourself and like other people around you don't, or you just, I don't know, you just off doing your own fucking thing, that pisses people off. People are so pissed off about happy people, about happy, confident people. That just pisses people off. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. Like, dumbest shit. Makes no fucking sense to me. Yeah, that's one thing self-development kind of gets wrong. Like, it really puts you in the state of like, oh, I did something wrong. That same state is when you were growing up and you're trying to figure out why the fuck your parents don't love you, why they don't want to spend time with you, what's wrong with you, why did they abandon you. It was never your fault. Like, it's not about you, it's about them. And then you got to think about what kind of shit did you pick up from them and you're doing to your kids. Like, what are your shadows? Because if you don't figure out your shadows, you're going to shame that same shit that you shaming yourself to your kids. You're going to make your kids feel bad about that shit. And that ain't cool. You don't want to do that. That's the whole like generational curse shit. That's what the real curse is passing on bullshit ass insecurities. So if you haven't done that, if you haven't gone in and learned to love these things about yourself, learn to love the ugly, the nasty, the raw, the shit that you didn't want. If you don't learn to love this stuff about you, you can't love it in other people. When you see it in other people, it's going to bring insecurity out of you. If you see someone accepting, embodying, being okay with, loving themselves, even though they're being vulnerable, even though, you don't think that they have the right kind of body to be able to be wearing whatever the fuck they're wearing because you can't do it, or because you don't have the guts to do it, because you can't accept yourself like that, that's going to be like a threat to you. That's going to be seen as a threat to people, because they're going to be like, well, why does she, who gives her the right to blah, blah, blah? I give myself the right, bitch. You should too. I do this so that, I'm doing this. I'm letting it be okay with me. So if it's okay with me, why can't it be okay with you? Why isn't it okay for you? Why is it okay for me and not for you? It is. It is. Why? Because your friends are going to give you shit and they ain't your friends. That's one of the biggest fucking things and biggest fucking problems that I see is a bunch of people hanging out with people that do not fucking like them. They're giving them bullshit advice, feeding delusions, telling them the opposite of what they actually should do, saying, oh yeah, that looks good, when really they think it makes them look worse. They're like trying to make them insecure, trying to plant seeds of doubt, trying to like downplay shit they're doing, don't offer support, don't offer like encouragement, even if you do. Those people don't like you. So that's why you can't do it. Your husband, like, if you didn't marry somebody who is absolutely on the same level as you and an actual real fucking match to you, your partner, your boyfriend, whoever, like, if you went like below you, like you're in, they're in, like you make them insecure or something like that, that whole fucking relationship is going to be about them trying to humble you. They're trying to damage you. They're trying to plant insecurity in you, doubt. They're going to try to fuck with your self-esteem. They're going to make all these little comments, passive-aggressive shit. You're going to have some sort of emotional reaction, and they're going to make you feel bad about it. They're going to make you feel bad about your emotions. All designed to tear you down. So that fool don't like you. And that's who you're listening to? That's who you get your permission from to live your fucking life and do the things you want to do? And you wonder what's wrong with you? There's nothing fucking wrong with you. The only thing wrong with you is that you aren't giving yourself the shit you deserve. You're not allowing yourself to be who the fuck it is you want to be. Live how you want to live. Fuck them. For real. Like, fuck those people. They're fucking miserable. Why are you listening to somebody? Like, if you look at their life and if they're really not genuinely happy and they're like fucking miserable, they're always in a bad mood, always complaining about something that they don't do shit about. They said they're gonna do something, they don't do it. Like, I don't know, like, they're just talking shit on people, wanting to gossip, not, being encouraging, not being uplifting, not, don't embody love. That person's not someone you want to listen to. Why would you listen to that? You listen to that because you don't have trust and security within yourself. That's why it's important. It's fucking integral to learn yourself and develop trust in your intuition. And I know that the patriarchy is designed to cut us down and teach us not to trust our intuition and tell us that our emotions are too much because they can't handle their own. Anything that anyone makes you insecure about is something that they are insecure about. Okay? So yeah, if you offer love to somebody that hasn't healed their insecurities and can't love themselves, or they allow the people around them to fucking wear them out, to give them bad advice, they put these people like on a fucking pedestal. They give so much, they give love to them. Like, I used to be this person. I used to give everything, even up to recently, give people everything, do everything I can to show them love so that they would love me in return. All I wanted was love, not to make them feel bad, not to be like, oh, I'm better than you. I offer genuine fucking love, sincerity, genuine care, genuinely doing things to improve them, for their greater good, always with their best, like their actual well-being in mind. And these people would allow me, they would intentionally make things harder for me and try to plant seeds of doubt, try to humble me, try to come in the way of things I'm doing, try to make things harder for me. The very people that I love and that I'm helping were doing this to me. So if you come across somebody that has never had real love, or that doesn't love themselves, and you offer them genuine love, they can't accept it. They don't know what it is. To them, love comes with, obligations of reciprocity. It comes with control. People will fake love, pretend to care about you, pretend that they like you, tell you, give you all these compliments and shit that are absolutely fake because they want to get close to you so that they can fuck with you later on. It doesn't matter how genuine you are or how honest your intentions are. If they've never experienced that for real, they don't know what that looks like. They don't know what that feels like. They can't trust it. They don't trust you. And the harder you try, or the more you try to love a person who doesn't know what love is, or has only been exposed to like really fucked up examples of what love is, and it comes with all those things, that's gonna feel like a threat. They're gonna think you're fucking with them. They're gonna think you want to control them. They're gonna think like you want to hurt them, that you're trying to get close to them so that you can fucking attack them, because that's what people do to them. So if if you're confused, like if you have an experience where you offer genuine sincere love to somebody and they came back and like in an attack, or they like continuously try to like put you down or reject you, and you're just confused about that, that's what's going on. It's really why people need to heal. They think, and they're only comfortable with love that comes with fucked upness, love that comes with neglect and rejection and hot and cold and punishment, for stupid shit. But I mean, this was modeled to them by their parents. That was modeled to them by their parents. And you know where they learn to do this shit, they learn to treat their kids like this and all that, is from the fucking government, from the systems. Like, think about what they did to the Native Americans. They like murdered so many fucking people, steal their land, told them they were savages, like cut them down. Like, the reason they did that shit is because the natives were a threat to them. They were fucking cool and living with the land and like happy and like had their like they were cool, they're badasses. And then, you know, the white people coming in, they're like, man, I wish I was like that. That's a threat to me because they're not like me. So what should we do? We should make them doubt themselves. We should make them believe that they're bad. Let's do that. Let's fucking kill them because, you know, God forbid anybody be different than us. Because if you're different than us, then that's scary. And I can't handle anything that's, you know, I'm not comfortable with. So let's kill them, you know, rape their women, you know, but then, you know, oh, well, let's say that was bad. Yeah, it was bad. We're sorry. Here, let's give you some land and let's give you some casinos. And then you get like subsidies. Like, wow, isn't this cool? And they're thankful. And they're fucking grateful. They confuse you and been like, yeah, we did this and this and this, and that's some really fucked up shit. But hey, we did this and we gave you this, and now you get like payments for the rest of your life. Like, this is pretty cool, huh? And you're like, yeah, I mean, right? Like, because, you know, this is good and I like this and this makes things easy for me. So they must love me, right? They must be taking care of me. No, that's not what they're doing. They're trying to fucking keep you in a state of confusion, and they want you to forget about the shit they did to you so that they can continue to have you under their control and then continue to fuck with you. And you're going to be thankful for it. So then people start doing this to their kids. They do this to their kids. They're doing this to their spouses. Like, fuck you. I'm going to wear you down. I'm going to break you down. I'm going to trick you. Pretend that I'm something I'm not so that I can get you to like me. Ha ha ha. Then I'm going to get you pregnant. Ha ha. Now you're stuck, bitch. Now I'm going to fuck around on you. I'm going to do all this shit to you. I really love you. I actually really like you. I actually like really look up to you. But I can't handle how you make me feel insecure. So I'm going to break you down so you're at my level. So now we're both pieces of shit. And now I ain't got to do nothing special for you. You're not going to make me feel insecure anymore because now I done broke you down and used you up. Now I'm going to go find somebody else and go do somebody else. That's what's going on. That's what we're passing down to generation. Is how to be fucked up and more fucked up and more fucked up. We all want love. We all want connection. We all want peace. Like, we all want genuine relationships. Genuine presence. To be able to appreciate our fucking lives. To be able to go travel together. To like really explore each other. To have like genuine, what the fuck is so bad about genuinely liking the person that you're with? Why is that seen as a weakness? It's a love. Being someone who loves is seen as a weakness. Showing that you like somebody is seen as a weakness now. Like, that's what we've come down to. Divorces are on the rise. We have this male lonely. We have like so much fighting between men and women. Like, all this shit on, like, they're selling manuals. You're paying for fucking classes on how to be even more fucked up to the opposite sex. Instead of coming together and being like, hey, you know, both of us are being fucked up. If we both really want to be around each other and we both really like each other, but we're both way too fucking insecure to just admit that. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some... So if you have like a twin flame or whatever, that's like supposed to be someone that you come across that is just like your match, like your souls identified, like you came here to learn a lesson from each other. That person is somebody that's triggering a wound inside of you. Like that person triggers some of your shadows, like some of the things that you're ashamed of, some of the things that make you believe that you're not lovable, like some of the reasons why you deny yourself good things, or deny yourself love, or deny yourself like even things like taking care of yourself and putting other people before yourself because of these things. They're supposed to bring that stuff to your awareness so that you can realize that you need to heal that this is something that needs to be loved by you. So a person will come into your life and love those things about you, and that shit's triggering as fuck. Triggering as fuck. Because you're like, ain't no way that this thing that kept my mom and dad and family from accepting me and liking me and letting me be a part of their group, ain't no way that this bitch or this guy likes me for that. I can't even like myself for that. So if this person likes me for that, or if this person does this and likes themselves for that, even though like they're comfortable with that, they're comfortable with like being vulnerable or being emotional or whatever, and they still like themselves that much, even though there must be something wrong with that person. Something's wrong with her, right? Because ain't no motherfucking way that it's possible that somebody could actually love me for these fucking things that I hate myself for. Ain't no way, right? So if you happen to get into a relationship and you love this person for the very fucking things that they swore up and down that were unlovable, that they'd have to hide forever, that they can never let anybody know about, because then the person would leave them, that they'd go running because this made them so fucking horrible, made them so, unworthy of love. If you show up and you love that person for those things, they're gonna retaliate against you. They're gonna try to make you feel bad. They're gonna try to make you feel bad for you loving yourself for those things. They're gonna be like, what? No, I gotta prove that this ain't okay. There's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with that person. There's gotta be something wrong with you, because how could you love yourself for that? How can you love yourself? How are you allowed to love yourself for that or be loved for that when I can't? I wasn't. That's the thing that makes me horrible. That's the thing that makes me so fucking, unlovable. And that's why I can't love. And I just gotta be money and bitches. And, that's why I'll never get married. Or that's why I'm just gonna marry men for money. I'm just gonna marry for money. Fuck love. Blah, 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 blah. It's just so bad about me. This makes me so, my friends hate me for this. My family hates me for these things. They make fun of me. They call me a bitch. They call me weird. They call me blah, blah, blah. So there ain't no way somebody like you loves me for that. There must be something wrong with you. That's what they'll think. So then they push you away. Because then then they have to own up to the fact that they are lovable despite that shit. They have to own up to the fact that their friends and family, the people that they fucking worship, are actually fucking with them. That they've been chasing love from people that don't even love them. I'm laughing, but that's fucked up, man. That's hard fucking pill to swallow. So they gotta decide which one. Is it true? Is it possible that someone could actually love me? Like somebody of value or somebody that I would admire or whatever? Is it really possible that love and these things can coexist? Or is something just wrong with them? Because then if you accept that it is possible, then you have to accept all the fucked up shit that your friends and family were doing to you this whole time. This whole time they've been putting you down. They've been trying to make you feel like you ain't shit. They've been trying to make you feel that you are not lovable because of these things, and you need to hide these things, and you need to kill these things about you, because they know that if you accepted these things about you, you wouldn't need them the way that you do now. Right now, you get your validation and your sense of worth by their approval, by, getting their attention, their love. Their love is conditional. It's conditional that you don't inhabit these traits. And they confuse you because they do really nice things for you in the mix of doing some really fucked up ass shit to you. Some really fucked up ass shit. Abuse, neglect. Shit that you should not do to people that you care about. But this is the example of love that they gave to you. So now you got to sit there and think, is this for real? Like, how is it possible that my whole life, the people that love me and I've cared about and that I've shown nothing but love and done everything for, never fucking love me? Not really. I mean, they love you the way they know how. That's something they learned, but they could have made a choice to change that, you know? They're fucking adults. They're adults. They know it's wrong. They know what they're doing is wrong. So yeah, that may be the way they, that may be all they've ever known, and that's what they're comfortable with. That doesn't change the fact that it's fucking wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong to be fucked up to somebody when they're weak. It's wrong to take advantage of people when they're down. It's wrong to fucking tear you down. It's wrong to not lift you up, to not support you. So when you tell them your dreams and shit, they make fun of you. When you get excited about something you did and they dismiss it like it ain't shit. You come out stepping out looking real fly and they're like, who do you think you are? Humble yourself. God forbid you fucking like yourself. God forbid you think you look good. Right? That's what you're supposed to do to somebody. They know that shit's wrong. They know they're being fucked up. But they don't have a sense of worth. They don't have a sense of self because they never took the time to fucking develop it. So they don't want you to either. Because if you do, you're going to be a glaring reminder as to the fact that they don't. They need you. They need you. But they want you to think that you need them. They want you to want their validation. They want you to want their approval. They want to be able to have the deciding factor of whether something is good or bad for you. They want that control. Anybody that wants that wants to be able to control you, does not fucking care about you. Does not love you. Because someone that loves you doesn't want to fucking control you. They want what's best for you. They want you to reach your potential. They want you to go as far as you can go. They believe in you. They speak life into you. They're not gonna fucking abuse you. They're not gonna fucking tear you all the way down and spit on you and be like, fuck you, you ain't shit. But then, the next day, throw you a big ass fucking party or something. Or go buy you some fucking flowers. It's not okay to fucking make somebody think you're not lovable. Or make somebody believe that something's wrong with you and you're all fucking cheating or something. You're tearing them down because you were being a piece of shit. And then you go buy them flowers. You made them feel fucking less than nothing one day. And then the next day, you go and you make them feel like they're the top of the world. That is fucked up. It does not excuse the shit they did to you yesterday. Stop letting it. Stop letting it. Because when you do that, you're teaching yourself that that's all you deserve. That's all you're worth. And that's bullshit. The reason they're working so hard to fucking confuse you is because they know that you're worth more than that. They know they don't deserve you. They know you got it in you. They know you're special. They know you're important. They know you're valuable. People don't want to go around and just control like fucking anybody. They want to control you and they want influence over you because you are somebody. You matter. You got something. Everybody, everybody matters, right? But if you got some special skill or something special about you, especially, if you're like fucking touched by God, you got some gifts or something. I mean, the fact of the matter is we all are born different. We all got different genes. And some people are meant to come here and do some shit. Some people are born with potential that other people don't have. It's a biodiversity. Like it's diverse. Like we are supposed to have some that can do a lot of things, some that can't, some that are really smart, some that aren't really smart, like book smart, but they're like really mechanically inclined. Everyone has their thing. Everyone has their thing, but when your thing is like shining bright off of you, and they haven't taken no time to like look and find out what their things are, or they've done so much shit that they've weighed their consciousness down that they can't even, like, they're so fucking guilty and so just like nothing but shit now because they've just been so fucked up their whole lives that they don't even have the ability to get through all that to try and find what may be in there. They sure as hell don't want you to have it. They don't want you to know about it. They don't want you to know how special you are. Because even in your state where they've been abusing you and got you down and stuff, even in your fucking down and out state, even then you are still a threat to them. You scare them. You make them insecure. People will only abuse other people that make them feel inferior, that make them feel less. And all you might be doing is just loving them, offering them pure love that they don't deserve because they've been fucking you over. You know, that was one of the biggest things about our parents. Is the way that we would offer them unconditional love, even though they've been fucked up to us. They had been abusing us. They had been neglecting us. They had been exposing us to things they should not have been exposing us to. Putting us in danger. Doing drugs, whatever. Doing all these things that made them fucked up towards us. And then we would show up in our light, in our pureness, and still be like, and still want their attention. Still give them purest energy, pure love. They couldn't handle that. That made them feel fucking awful. So they rejected you. They made you believe that loving purely and wholly and unconditionally, that made something wrong with you. That something was wrong with you for that. That was not okay. That it was not okay because they did not love themselves so much at that point that they could not handle love. That's one of the most triggering things. It might not even be just because, you know, you have a bunch of what I call resources, you know, like we're all trying to survive, and our likelihood of mating success, because that's one of the key motivations in life. You know, we're trying to survive, we're trying to mate, trying to procreate, right? You have a higher chance of reproductive success if you have access to more resources. Resource come by means of, you know, whether it's just money, but also your ability, like knowledge. Good looks is a resource because then you have higher mate choice. You have access to like the males that are of higher value, like they have resources. They can secure the resources for your offspring. So even, you know, all kinds of things are considered resources. So, you know, you alone just having, like it's obvious that you have access to resources or whatever by your energy or the way you look or the way you carry yourself, whatever. It might not even just be that. It could just be the fact that they know that they're being fucked up to you, and you still show up and offer kindness, and you show up in love, and you show up in forgiveness, and you show up with consideration to them. You still don't ever take advantage of them, even though they always take advantage of you when they can. That will trigger the fuck out of them. You being a good person, a good, genuine, honest, kind, sincere person will trigger the fuck out of them. They're like, well, I was this and this and this growing up, and I had a rough life, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, bitch, so did I. Me too. Okay, me too. What does that have to do with how I treat you? I don't care if that's what I was shown by everybody I ever fucking knew. I don't care if that's what they did. What does it have to do with what I do? What does it have to do? What is what you did to me, and the way you took advantage of me when you got the opportunity, and the way that you've been shitty to me, and you've been lying straight to my fucking face, and I see the way you move with other people. I don't want to be like you, so I'm not going to. And anything you do to me doesn't change the fact, or doesn't change how I'm going to show up for you, because I show up for people the same way I show up for fucking anybody. I show up for people the way I want people to show up for me. Does it mean that they're going to? Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. But is that my problem? No. That's theirs. And that's very triggering. But you know what? Suck it fucking nut. I don't care. I'm going to be the person that I outside of any fucking thing that has to do with you. But so then comes the part where they're like confused because you're not responding the way that people normally do when they've been fucked up to them and they've been fucking them over. They're anticipating you to fuck them over at some period in time. And when you don't, they go on and then they start coming up with stories about you because they cannot handle the reality of a good person. They cannot come face to face with the fact that it's possible that they could have made another choice, that they had another option to show up, that not everybody does that shit. As much as they want to tell themselves that everybody does that shit, doesn't mean it's true. And when you prove that, when you show that not everybody acts the way that they think they did, they think that, oh, everybody does that. Everybody manipulates. Everybody, plays games. Everybody lies. Everybody takes advantage. No, the fuck they don't. No, they don't. There's always another fucking way. And I exhaust every goddamn option before I even want to consider doing something shady. I don't. I just fucking don't. I just won't. I give people the benefit of the doubt. I watch them for a while over time so that I have an accurate representation of who this person is. And that I didn't take something wrong, or I didn't take something in offense that wasn't actual, or it wasn't personal. Maybe they have something going on in their lives. Maybe there were, there's all kinds of stuff going on with people that I have no idea about. I have no idea how they're interpreting what I did or what I said. Most of the time, I don't speak the same language that everyone else does. So I give them chances, but once I know, and once they've consistently been fucked up or shady, and I know it's intentional, and I know that, I'm not going to retaliate. I'm not going to do something shady back or fucked up back. I don't care how much of the shit that I had been doing they thought was shady. I don't care what the fuck they thought I was doing. They had the choice to not be like that, to not respond that way. So I don't, and I prove that over and over again. I don't continue to not. Then I'm out. There's no hope for this person. Then that's when they make up some fucking story. They make up a whole fucking thing. They will tear you down. They will fuck you over. But to make them feel good about themselves, they make up a story to make it fit. They convince themselves something about you. They convince that So yeah. This is one of the reasons why I think insecurity is one of the biggest fucking banes on society. And prevents us from true connections. Where you can just show up and not be trying to get one over on each other, or trying to prove who's better, or who's more this or more that, or more important. We're just fucking human beings, right? At the end of the day, we're fucking skin and bones. We're all going into the fucking ground. How much better can you be? We're the same fucking species. What do you want? You know what I mean? Ironically, some of the most confidence and security inside comes from when you don't want to be better than anybody. When you genuinely do not have that desire, when that is not something that you derive your desire, that you derive your validity, your worth, your importance, your ability to receive love and good things, when that doesn't include being better than other people, that's one of the most stable and secure things to have to hold within. You don't need to be more important than other people or more valuable than other people. That's not what makes you feel valuable inside. Then that cuts out so much stress. That cuts out so much worry, Status is an imaginary thing. I mean, hierarchies are real, yes, and they have value when it comes to like a decision tree at work or something, or like when it's like pertaining to a specific project and somebody has more skills in something than the other person, then that makes sense. But just in social interaction, when it affects your ability to enjoy the presence of another person, like you can't enjoy that person if you perceive them as being better than you. If someone has more money than you can't listen to what they have to say because that makes you feel some type of way about yourself because how much fucking paper they have, because of their material objects. Like, what? You just hate that person. You have a banging against that person. You want bad shit to happen to that person because something about them makes you feel some type of way about you. Does that make sense to you? Do you see why we have so many problems today? Why dating has got like situationships are a thing now. That is a common thing that people accept. It's like a roundabout passive aggressive way of getting love. Both people want love. Both people want connection. Terrified of it. People are afraid to like each other. But you know why? Because then they're afraid that that person is going to have the ability to hurt them, and then they will take it. They will take that opportunity to hurt that person. They're afraid that, oh, I'm going to fall in love with you, and then you're going to have power over me. You have the ability to hurt me. You have the ability to wound me. So now I have to trust that you won't. I have to trust that that's not something that you're going to want to do. And the sad reality of it is, because so many people are insecure, and social media absolutely feeds this. Because they're feeling some type of way about themselves, when they get the opportunity to hurt somebody, even somebody they love, like this is your spouse, this is your partner, this is who you choose to be with, to make babies with and stuff. Because of some fucking bullshit idea you were told about that makes you believe that person is better than you, and it made you feel insecure in some type of way, you're going through the whole fucking relationship waiting for an opportunity to bring that person down because of how their existence made you feel in the start. Like, what? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you people? This is why I say to myself, because what fucking sense does that make? I love you. I care about you. Why would I want to hurt you? Why do I want to hurt you? If you really love somebody, if you genuinely love somebody, their pain is your pain. Their success is your success. Their wins are your wins. What's good for them is good for you. An enemy to them is an enemy to you. Because this is who I love. This is my person. If you got a problem with them, you got a problem with me. That is an extension to me. That's all me right there. But men are afraid to be like that about their women because they don't want to be seen by other fucking men as simps when the whole time the other men are fucking jealous of them. You care about people that are jealous of you and don't want you to do good. You care about what the fuck they think. All these fucking dudes jealous of you. You got a good bitch, a good ass bitch. And they are jealous of you. They're so fucking jealous of you. They cannot stand that you got this girl. But you are going to not treat her right. You're not going to treat her the way she deserves. The way she loves, what she does for you. She lifts you up. You know, granted that she actually loves you. And she's not just fucking with you too. Who knows these days. But you got somebody good. You're afraid to show her love because you don't want to look a type of way in front of the dudes that all want to fuck her. That hate you because of her. That want to make you feel like you aren't good enough for her because they ain't. Stop letting people that don't want to see you win feed you fucking advice. Don't listen to them. It's not honest. It's not sincere. It's not true. Listen to you. Figure out how to listen to you. Figure out what's important to you. Get off of fucking social media. Don't listen to your parents. Because chances are they want to keep you around because having control over you makes them feel some type of way. You being dependent on them makes some type of way. You valuing their advice or their input or looking at them all revered or admiring them or something, or looking up to them like they're your fucking hero, that makes them get their sense of worth. You need anybody in your life, look at where they get their sense of worth. If they're getting their sense of worth by tearing other people down, by insulting people, like making fun of them, if they enjoy seeing other people fall down, if that makes them feel good, that brings them some sort of joy, seeing other people fall down, that means that they don't believe that they can exceed on their own. They believe the only way that they can get ahead or get to the top is if they get other people out of the way. They don't see that they could do the work, or they don't want to do the work. They know they can't do the work, that they ain't gonna be able to put in what it takes to go above them. They don't want to do that, so they just want to tear people down. If they want to tear people down, if they get value out of controlling people, making people feel like shit, tricking people into liking them, getting people to have like casual sex with them, and then like trying to make that girl believe that like she was insignificant or something to them, if that makes them feel worthy, just having a high number of sex partners in general, if that makes them feel worthy, they don't have anything of their own, they don't have nothing about themselves that they're proud of, that they're working on, that they believed in themselves on, you know, some sort of like discipline, in that they have the ability and option to take advantage of something for them, but they choose not. My phone died. But I was saying, like, yeah, they have the advantage where they could just easily like take advantage of something or someone, but they choose not to. Like, they are voluntarily disciplined, and they refuse to like do anything that contradicts their own morals, their own belief system, things that are their own values, their principles. Like, if something goes against what they believe is right or wrong, they won't go against it for any reason. And that's something that is like really important, and you don't see a whole lot of in trying to reposition the phone. I want it good, you know. Let's see. Ooh-wee. Anyways, but like they won't let anything come like compromise that. They won't just like not wishy-washy. Like, they actually stand for something. Like, if they believe that something is right or something's wrong, they're gonna hold those beliefs. It's gonna show in their behavior, and they're not gonna let like someone else talk them into compromising that. They're not gonna change their beliefs because of like access to being able to like date somebody or something, or to get a job or something. That, like, if they were to like compromise their values and they could participate in some sort of job they really wanted or something, when somebody finds something important and they treat it like it's actually important, that is someone you can trust. You know what I mean? Like, that shows character, that shows real value. Because if you are somebody that can just like be easily tricked or fooled into doing things, or you decide that you all of a sudden you're going to start doing things that this other person does just because they do it, but you don't even know anything about them, really, like, you don't know who they are behind closed doors, but you're just going to like take their word because they have a whole lot of money or something. How do you know that that's actually good for you? How do you know that's what's going to work for you, that that's going to like jive with your internal state? Like, not everything is for everybody. We're all built different. Just because a whole bunch of people think something's cool doesn't mean it is right for you. Doesn't mean that that's what you should do. That's why it's so important that people slow down, stop chasing money. Like, money will be there later, okay? Money is not the end all be all. Money's not going to make you happy, especially if you go and you get money. Like, go and make your money before you actually took the time to figure out who you are, what really matters to you, like what kind of values, what principles you hold, what your, like, essentially like designed your operating system, like how you're going to move through the world. If you never took the time to separate yourself from your family, from your community, from your friends, from the people you've been around your whole life, that are all running on the same fucking loops, the same things, all doing the same shit, doing the same patterns, and you don't feel happy in that, take yourself out of that, get away from that, and spend some time with you, and think about who you are, think about what makes you happy. Because what if you don't even take the time? You're so busy, you're just like in fight or flight mode, like, gotta get this money, you don't even know what the fuck you're really getting it for. And then if you don't clarify that, who knows what you'll do or what you'll compromise on the way to getting that. If you're not clear about what goes and what doesn't for you, you're at risk of doing some really shady shit to get these things that you think you want. Like, take the time to figure out if that's what you actually want first. Like, I'm sharing experience with you because I've done this. I was racing for goals that I didn't even actually, I was racing in races I didn't even want to compete in. There's people competing with me that I didn't even know I was competing against. I wasn't even aware of. There was a whole lot I wasn't aware of. But I hadn't taken the time to find out who I was and why I did things. And why I so badly wanted people. Like, why I wanted to be accepted in these people. Or why I even stood out. Why they were so against and so resistant to accepting me. I didn't know any of that. I couldn't understand. I just kept thinking, I just assumed and automatically took the blame because that's what my parents wanted me to do. That's what the, people growing up wanted me to do. They just wanted me to be like, oh, they wanted me to think, oh, it's me. There's something wrong with me. It's a me issue. Of course, they would want that. So I kept that up into my adult life. And a whole bunch of shit happened that I could have avoided if I would have learned not to internalize shame or internalize things that other people did to me as an indicator, as a data point of that being something wrong with me. There's something that I was doing wrong, even though I was living by my morals, by my values. I was treating people the way I wanted to be treated. I was not seeking revenge or retaliation. I was, doing all the things that I genuinely wanted to do, but in the context or in a field that did not run on that, did not operate in that way. So then that put me as that made me an op, that made me an opponent, that made me a threat to that system. But had I known that, I could have saved a whole lot of heartache. But I mean, it was a lesson I learned, and I am better for it. Definitely catapulted me into, it forced me into doing that. It forced me into isolation and devoting time to just studying me, to just, where's that shadow there? To just appreciating me, learning to love me, learning to really look at me and be like, what is really wrong with me? What is undesirable? What's off-putting? What is desirable? Because I see all these really great things. If you're around people that don't know how to live like that or don't even know how to love themselves, then you're just gonna trigger them. You're gonna be, if you are a piece of fine art in a garage sale where nobody knows how to recognize fine art, they're gonna sell you for 25 cents. That's it. The only way that you're recognizable is if you get yourself into an environment, or you get out of an environment where nobody is qualified to appreciate you. But just because you're in an environment where nobody appreciates you doesn't mean that you still ain't fucking Picasso, baby. You just have to learn to appreciate yourself like you are. Recognize yourself. Like, treat yourself like the piece of fine art that you are. Understand that. Appreciate it. Observe it. Be grateful for it. And remove yourself from anyone or anything that doesn't see that. Because they aren't meant to. They're not qualified to. They do not have the operating system or the equipment to appreciate you. Your own family, even. Your own community. Your own friends. They're not able to spot fine art, fine works of art, exquisite pieces. They don't know that. They don't have taste. So get yourself away from them, because they're going to convince you of that. They're going to try and make you believe that you're a fucking mess. They're going to try and make you believe that you ain't what you are. But that alone, them working so hard to try to convince you of that, but yeah, that alone is proof that you are. If you're just around minding your P's and Q's and not fucking with nobody, doing your own thing, and you got a whole bunch of people after you, or hating on you, or for no reason, making up shit about you, trying to tear down things that you've built, or fucking with your business, or any of that stuff, that's what's going on. Okay? They don't want you to know. They don't want you to step into your power. They don't want you to recognize what you are. Because they know if you did, they'd lose you. They'd have no power over you. And just having power over you, just them having the ability to influence you in any way, makes them feel special. That's how special you are. That's how important you are. They're just being able to have anything to do with you makes them feel special. People will literally pick fights with you. They will start drama with you. They will argue with you. They will annoy you. They will harass you just to have something to do with you. That's how special you are. That's how important you are. They just want to matter to you in some way. They just want to be in your awareness. They want to be in your world somehow. They don't care what role they have to play. And if you won't give them affection or love or friendship, sometimes they get fucking desperate. I'm not kidding. They do some weird ass shit that you didn't deserve. You're just a star, baby. You're just special. So, like I said, someone called me to do, or God called me to do this. Someone needed to hear this. I'm not gonna ask you to like and share this stuff, because this is really personal, and part of me doing this, first of all, is me working on healing a shadow of being able to express myself just for the sake of expression, and not having to have it be perfect, or shaping it into something that somebody else says it needs to be like. I'm working on that shadow, speaking up, telling my story, being vulnerable, so just putting this out there helps heal that. And also to help anyone who may also be going through similar things, to kind of help them figure out what the fuck is going on. Because when I was in the midst of it, when I was in the middle of it, until I stepped back and completely removed myself from it, I really was so confused and so hurt. I went through so much pain. Nothing hurts like giving your everything to people and just loving them and loving them and loving them, and them hating you for it. Destroying you for it. That's really hard. That's really hard to deal with. It's hard to cope with. And I see why people get on drugs. I see why people, because when you were completely alone, I was completely alone. There was nobody I could tell. Nobody I could talk to. Nobody I could trust. My own family completely abandoned me. I asked for help. They couldn't even offer me a couch or anything when I had to step away from the people that were doing that to me. Because I will not. No amount of money is worth it. I would rather be, I'd rather be homeless and not make any money than allow somebody to sit there and fucking abuse me. Someone that I've been nothing but good to, and fuck with me and take advantage of me and have any kind of ability to control me. I will not. Will not. It is much better to be on, like, not have any money at all, but to have your fucking self-respect and dignity. I will not. I wouldn't. I refuse to. So if somebody else is going through this, you know, that's what this is for. I hope this helps you. There's light on the other side. You can make it through. I made it through. I made it through stronger. I'm motivated to help other people too. To help other people understand what the fuck's going on. And just also maybe kind of help, like, stop some of this shit. Like, stop some people from, like, being so ugly to people. We don't really want to do that. It goes against our nature. We know that. We shouldn't just keep doing things because it's the way things have always been done. We can change that. We can stop it now. But it can't be just me. You know what I mean? So how about we spread the word? Start being humans again. You know what I mean? Like, vote for humanity. And God and shit. Like, fuck. But yeah, so this has already been long enough. I think I'll try to be, like, a little bit more organized with, like, topics and stuff. There's, like, specific things I want to talk about. But if you listen to this, thank you. And good luck. If you're out there on the fucking battlefield right now, keep going. Keep going. Give it to God. Don't stress yourself out too much. When I let it go, when I was working so hard, trying to, like so stressed out, when I finally surrendered and released and was like, all right, God, I'm giving it to you, he always showed up. He always did. He always took care of me. So don't. They want you to go evil. They're pushing you because they want to prove to themselves it isn't possible